Well, hello there, welcome back to the Shire, welcome back to All the Mods 10, and welcome back to Minecolonies. You may remember last episode we began our expedition into the mountain to begin crafting the dwarven part of our colony. And if you take a look here, we've had to massively improve and expand this area inside, and that's exactly what we've done. With more oak logs and more cobblestone, we've kind of prepared this area for a lot more of the buildings to come inside our little dwarven area. It's shaping up pretty good. Now, also, last episode, we began construction of the barracks. We're going to have two barracks, one inside the dwarven hole, which is where we're going to train our knights, but we're also going to have a barracks out in the Shire because I thought that looked really cool, and we began building that last episode. So I gathered the materials, let's watch this thing being built. Alright, here we go. So the Shire style barracks. Now, number one, this building is very big. It's pretty huge. So top of the list of things to do for our builder is going to be clear out this area. With a shovel, a pickaxe, man, it took her an insane amount of time. There is so much land to clear. But the big thing about clearing this land is because it kind of asks you to clear out little pockets of land, the builder was constantly getting stuck inside all the holes she dug. It was a real nightmare, and building this thing was really tricky. So I had an idea. If the builder keeps getting stuck in all the holes she's digging, let's remove all the holes. So what I did was I dug out a huge square and completely cleared out the land. Doing this meant the build needed about 1,000 more dirt to actually build, but in the long run, it was still way quicker. And you can see our builder, didn't really have any problems just building all the way from the bottom to the top, filling in all the dirt that we dug out. It was still a very long build. It's not a quick building, but it is a simple one. It's only dirt, oak, and a few bits of cobble here and there. And the reason why we're building the Shire-style barracks is because honestly, I think it looks pretty cool. We also have a lot of area to fill in at the back of our Shire, and as the builder puts the finishing touches on the barracks, it's looking pretty good. And you know what, my dudes, I think it's about time we jump in and take a look, get this thing configured, and see how it works. So here we go, the Shire-style barracks has been completed. The reason why this takes so long is because the barracks is a pretty huge building. If you're new to Minecolonies, the way it works is it's kind of like a big hub for guards. It comes with 4 separate guard towers, but they're special guard towers. They're not like the regular ones. If you come over here, we can take a look. So this is a barracks tower, not a guard tower. What does that mean? Well, not really all that much. It's got different building requirements from the regular. But other than that, it kind of works exactly like a guard tower. And each barracks gets 4 of these, which means that every barracks is worth 4 guards. That's a pretty big guard injection for your colony. That said though, this takes up way more room than 4 guard towers would, so if you want to just cram guards in, that's the better way of doing it. Now we're going to make sure all these barracks towers are actually assigned to Archer, because this is going to be the archery barracks. There we go. Mirrorline Ald the Phoenix have to get that renamed. Sorry Mirrorline, but you're going to have to go. You're already here on the colony. And there's another barracks tower down here, but as you can see, this one hasn't been built. Because, the barracks towers appear as you upgrade the barracks. Level 1 gets 1 guard tower, level 2 gets a 2nd barracks tower, so on and so forth. But there's also some pretty interesting stuff going on over here. Now this is only level 1, and it would be nice to get it to level 2. What are the build requirements for level 2? Oh man, look at this, nothing too crazy. A bit of moss, a bit of hay bales. But nothing we can't handle. We will put Leanne on this, because I think she's the closest. There you go. And she'll upgrade this over time, but this is the barracks. The barracks will do a couple of interesting things for you. Number 1, it tells you where the current barbarian position is. But not only that, if you upgrade the barracks to level 3, I think it is, you get a button that lets you see exactly where the barbarians are on the map. So when raids happen, the barracks is a really useful, really powerful building. But that's not all. We do also need to get our barracks to level 3 because, as always, there's some research locked behind that. If we can get the barracks level 3, we can start to unlock the combat academy. We can also unlock the archery range. And these are 2, basically they're like schools for guards where they learn how to be better archers or better knights. They'll level up their stats. Really powerful, really useful, and I would say, honestly, kind of mandatory. You really do want an archery range and a combat academy. It's going to make your guards so much better. Now, while we're over here at the research facility, the university, we're going to make use of the post box that is placed here. So there's a reason why most styles put a post box next to the university. And that's because there's all kinds of weird things needed for research, and it's useful to have a post box nearby to have your colonists gather what you need, so you can come back later and do the research. So for one, we want to make sure we can get to 100 dudes. It's going to cost 128 steak, so we can come over here, say hang on a sec. I want you to get me 128 steak, so it'll go through the chain of getting raw beef to the chef, have him cook it up, deliver it over here, and that'll mean that when we come back later on, fingers crossed, this has been completed and we can do the research. So that's one of the researches we want to do. Is there anything else that's really important that we need the materials for? Ah, look at this, the Sifter's Hut. So the Fisherman's Hut is level 3, but we need 64 string. So we can go over here to the post box, 64 string please. And you can see it goes through the motions. We get the shepherd to get us wool that goes to the Fletcher turns it into string, and the string gets delivered over here, and we can do the research. That's pretty good. Now we've got 3 spots for research, so let's pick another one to do. Oh, do you know what? This one's pretty good. Bone meal. Farmers harvest 10% more crops. We have some real food problems on the colony, so getting some research done that improves our farmers is going to be big. So we're also going to ask for 64 wheat seeds. There we go. And that should come straight over here because the warehouse is, I think, chock-a-block full of seeds. So we'll leave this to brew, come back later, and we can do some research. But now it's my favorite time of the day, time to dive into the dwarf hole. Ooh yeah, love me a dirty dwarf hole. And yeah, take a look at this area. Oh man, so it took me a long time, but we cleared out this big trench down here, and there's loads of room for buildings over here. So I was thinking it's loosely planned out that we can put a residence here to get some more dudes in. We can fit the dwarven barracks against the wall. But yeah, this area has been kind of mapped out perfectly that we can put the barracks right here. We've also got stairs that go down to the bottom over here. And this is a bit of a tricky one. I'm not quite sure what to put down here. I'm thinking maybe more residences on the left, over here. They'll fit quite nicely. And then over here on the right, way more technology buildings. So let's take a look. What did we get done last time? Oh wait, who's this? Lucas Armbrust Kraken Curse is our smelter. So a smelter has been hired. What about the other jobs? Is there anybody working in here? Oh right, yeah, because we were waiting for children to grow up. We don't have a blacksmith. A blacksmith is probably more important than a smelter, because all a smelter does is smelt ores into bars. In fact, let's take a look at exactly what they do. Yeah, so they smelt ore into bars. They need fuel, which is coal and charcoal, as standard. Wow, yeah, every single ore in the game they can smelt. But we kind of do all the smelting ourselves, and we currently don't have a miner. So we're going to unhire this guy, put it to manual hiring, fire him, and instead get Lucas over here as a blacksmith. Because a blacksmith is really important. This is the guy that makes tools for all our dudes. Also, he can make guards armor, so he's a very important individual indeed. In fact, it's probably a good idea to put in some crafting recipes right now, specifically for chainmail, because chainmail is what our guards use at the moment. So there we go. Teach you all the recipes for chainmail. Then also we want to make sure that this guy can actually make iron nuggets. So the recipe for iron nuggets is an iron there. And now he can make nuggets. He can't make blocks of iron because weirdly, that's the mechanic. So I don't know why, but the mechanic is good at making blocks. Other important recipes to teach this guy are, of course, chain, which is used in a lot of builds, and yeah, here and there. But while we're here, why not teach him how to make iron armor as well? Because if our guards can use iron armor, we want them in this stuff. This is the good stuff, the real deal. There we go. And again, we're going to teach him iron swords, because some of our guards can use those. I think most of them can. Oh, no, that's the wrong recipe, not the ancient wood. So we'll go into recipes, and you can at any point, if you want, remove a recipe that you put in here accidentally. There you go, get rid of this one, and put the real recipe for swords. There we go, regular sticks, regular iron, boom. And now the blacksmith has all of those things he needs for the guards. Also, a really good one is to get iron tools for your other colonists. So we're talking iron pickaxes, we're also talking iron shovels. Like that. We want some iron axes, because why wouldn't you? And while we're here, let's just get some iron hoes as well. Oh man, yeah, love me an iron hoe. Like Margaret Thatcher, she was an iron hoe. And there we go, the blacksmith is mostly configured as we think of things. In fact, I've thought of something else. What about shears? But yeah, it's always good to come back to your dudes when you remember recipes that they can do. And teach them the recipe, but also don't forget, we've got the clipboard, which is a great way of working out what your dudes need. But there we go, there's the shear. Oh, no. Oh, wait a minute. How many recipe slots do we have? Ah, we're capped. So we've got 15 of 15. We need to get the blacksmith up in the levels. And so again, yeah, most of these buildings are going to want to be at least level 2. So we'll get the brother from another mother on this. Apparently a reference to 40k, but I don't really know much about 40k, if I'm being honest. So I don't know who Brother Flavor is. Is it like Guy Fieri? Flavor Flav? Brother Flavian? Maybe? Who knows? The smeltery, like we've already said, is a pointless building, but it's also a building we want to level 2. So we'll get the brother on this as well. And over here at the end, what's this last building again? I've forgotten. Oh, the stonemason. This is actually a pretty important building as well. And it looks like Kitty Krakencurse has moved in here. Now, this is a bit of a wild extra dress for a stonemason, but you know what? I'm here for it. The stonemason is exactly like the carpenter, the sawmill worker. It's just she uses stone instead of wood. And just like the carpenter, you can get these cutter recipes that show you exactly what people want. For example, Leanne wants these cobblestone panels, and boom, we can teach Kitty over here how to make them. Pretty handy. So it's good to always come back here, make sure you teach them the recipes they need. They're also going to want things like cobblestone stairs, stone brick stairs. You know, there's a lot of really vital recipes you're going to want to teach this person because they're pretty common and they come up a lot in builds, like cobblestone walls, for example. And stone into stone bricks would also be very useful as well, and why not stone brick slabs? So yeah, these guys have incorrect names. Let's go over to the town hall, get them set up with the names they need. Now, if you want to join the Shire, you can become a Patreon or YouTube member and hop on our Discord. There's a channel dedicated to contributing your names. We'll put the names that you contribute into the list, and there's a chance they will arrive in the colony, and you will appear and wander around just like old Mini Michael over there, or Phoenix the Phoenix, maybe even Leanne. Who knows? But dark days, my friends, you're not indestructible, and you could join the ranks of our dead dudes. In fact, it looks like Samwise still hasn't recovered. He's up there crying like a little baby. So Benny really would, you are going to become Kev. There you go, welcome to the colony, Kev. Kev is a long-time member of the community, and we play Ark together sometimes. He's a pretty cool dude. Over here we've got, who else? Kitty Krakencurse Wiccan will of course become just Kitty Krakencurse.
It is a fine day.
There we go. Lady Nero Krakencurse, you can become Archimedes 9.
I'll take care of it.
Although I don't think we've had a Lady Nero. Or have we? Well, it's difficult to say. And we have Sparhawk Krakencurse over here. You are going to become Cam Crypto.
Fine afternoon.
Boom, there we go. All the citizens are in bed, so time for us to go as well. And yeah, another day, another adventure. So we've messed around a little bit. Let's go and see if the researchers have the stuff they need for the next level of research. We did ask our couriers to deliver what they need, but it's all behind supply chains, so it might take them some time to get all that done. Also, the colonists don't work when it's nighttime. So yeah, it's anybody's guess what's in the postbox. Oh, looks like we've got the wheat seeds though. That's good. So shift right click. There's the wheat seeds, and we can at least do that research. And there it is, boom, bone meal, 10% crops. Doesn't sound like much, but it will really add up. And because food is a big problem for us, it's a really good research to do. So let's build some more buildings inside our dwarven area. Now I want to put down a mine. We're also going to want to put down a residence and the dwarven barracks, so it'll be a good thing to get those into position. Now we already have the mine, and we already have 4 residences, so it's just the barracks we're looking for now. I think I've probably saved this. No, I haven't. Barracks. There we go. Just a block of iron, some wood, and the build tool. So we can grab a block from up here, open up our crafting table on a stick, and off we go. There we have it. Amazing. So let's go and find a place for these guys to live. So we do want a few dwarven residences underground. Like I've said before, it's always good to have houses near to where people work. We're going to have a lot of workers in our underground dwarf hole, so let's fill that dwarf hole with some houses. So let's take a look. We want to put down the barracks first. This is a pretty big building, but again, it's just like these ones over here. These buildings kind of just bury themselves in the wall, and you can forget about them. It's a shame because I was hoping there'd be some big, beautiful dwarf buildings, but they really are just like fit-for-purpose compartment builds. Because you're kind of supposed to build them inside a modular great hall, and that has the decoration, but that requires you to go really deep into cavern style, and it's not something we want to mess with. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, this is sized perfectly, so the barracks fits with the levels we have here. This is the upper level that has the entrance to the barracks right there, and down here, down these stairs below here, this matches up perfectly with this layer as well. So sinking this into the wall is going to be perfect. It's a bit tricky to see, and also where's the building block? Over here, so we'll chisel that out. Then back to the build tool, pull the trigger, and we're good to go. I'd show you what level 5 looks like, but it's impossible to see, because it's basically going to look the same. But there we go, the barracks, and we can get Brother Flavian on that too. Fundamentals, default, mine. Okay, looks pretty cool, and yeah, just like all of them, it's very modular. It's quite high, actually. It's got quite a high clearance, but I think it will fit over here. No, it's too big to go over here. Well, do you know what? I think we could probably modify the area a little bit so it fits in quite nicely. So we'll just bring it over here. Has it got the clearance? Yeah, that works. It's just this side of the wooden log. Yeah, this will be okay. So we'll push this up against the wall, bring it down so it doesn't interfere with the level above, like that. And what we'll do is we'll modify this area right here, dig down another set of stairs so we can get to the mine entrance down there. So that's the mine and the barracks in position. Next up, we want to look at housing. Oh yeah, so these reach up actually quite high. I reckon we can squeeze one up here. No problem. Let's just move this into position. Yeah, there we go. It stretches up quite high, but we can work with that, no worries. It's a healthy distance from all the other builds. We'll raise it up slightly because we can put a bit of a staircase to get into this building. That should be fine. Pull the trigger on that, and we're good to go. Let's just make sure we can dig out to it so we can get to where the block is. I think it was around here, wasn't it? Yeah, there it is. Perfect. Residence. And so we can get Brother Flavian, Brother Falvian, Brother Flavor Flav, we can get Guy Fieri to build all of these. There is one more building I want to do. So we unlocked the research for this a while ago, but to get the Nether mine, which is what we want to go for, we're going to need a couple of bits. So yeah, check it out. Open the Nether. If we do this research, we can get the Nether mine, and we can use the Nether mine to get all kinds of Nether materials. It means we kind of never have to go there again, in theory. But the big problem is, to actually unlock the Nether mine, we need something from the Nether. We need gilded blackstone. Now, gilded blackstone is pretty common in the Nether. I'm not too worried that I won't be able to find it. We've got the obsidian from the old portal. We'll have to find a new safe space to put the portal. But it's only going to be temporary because the Nether miner builds his own Nether portal, so we can just use his Nether portal once we've built his building. So where is the obsidian? Let's grab this and make a Nether portal. So here we go, my dudes. I've got my flint and steel, I've got obsidian, and you know what? I think probably a safe place to put this is in my back garden over here at Bag End. This has been pretty useful for getting paper with the Snad farm, and for doing some auto composting over here to get us bone meal. Very handy indeed. But I think, yeah, there's no guard spawns out here. Nobody really patrols this way, so it is a pretty safe space to build another portal. There we go, my dude. So we're going to kind of like embed this in the wall just a little bit because we don't want to mess around too much. Dig out some dirt there, put the portal over here like this. There we go, the flint and steel. And this is it. Okay, my dudes, are you ready for the adventure of a lifetime? We're going to go and see if we can find some gilded blackstone, but more importantly, we're going to try not to die. And you never know, it could be dangerous in here. Oh god, what have I done? Alrighty, alright, so it's the same spawn as before, so getting some gilded blackstone shouldn't be too tricky. Now, it kind of sucks coming to the Nether because do you know what? My favorite thing about Minecolonies is it's honestly kind of chill. You don't really have to deal with danger very often. But when you have to come to the Nether, oh man, all bets are off. You never know what's going to happen here. And in a mod pack, you never know what kind of creepy crawlies are going to come out of here and bite you in the butt. But we're on the lookout for blackstone, so let's go and see if we can find some. It should be pretty simple to find. Oh, look at this. I spy with my little eye something that begins with F. That's right, it's a fortress, another fortress. I'd be very surprised if there wasn't some gilded blackstone in here. It's going to be dangerous though, so sword at the ready. Let's go and do it. Now, do I have a good pickaxe? This diamond one's about to bust. So I'm going to bring out, the old cheesy iron. Oh no! I see you, Mr. Blaze. Luckily for me, you're a terrible shot, like a stormtrooper. But let's keep going. We want to get, I think some netherrack would be good. Nether bricks. Why not? And some red nether bricks, definitely. This stuff is like gold dust. Aha! What's that down there? That looks like exactly what we came here for. Gilded blackstone. Just gotta get close now and not die. So I think we can probably just jump down there. It looks fairly safe. Yeah. I'll take a little bit of a hit from the fall damage, but with a baked potato or two, I should be clear. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, let's get looting. We're also going to grab these soul lanterns, because you never know when they're going to be needed for a build. Could come in handy. So yeah, we got what we need, and I don't want to spend any longer in the Nether than I have to, so it's time to slash home. There we go. Right, let's go and get this research underway. We're looking for Into the Nether. This is going to get us the Nether mine. We won't be able to build it until next episode because it's quite a long research, like about an hour or so. But it's going to be pretty important. Yeah, here we go. How's it going, Daynestra? And Red Dragon and Miraline Ald, our all-star research team. They're like some elite superhero science lab division, like Wakanda, the University of Wakanda. This is Wakanda right here. Open the Nether, boom, 2 of 3 researches in progress. Let's check the post box, because maybe something else has been delivered. You never know. String! Oh, we got the string as well. Boom, so that's the 3rd research we can do. We'll go to technology. Honestly, the mailbox is such an amazing tool. Now, with that in mind, we can even future-proof ourselves by asking for the research materials for other research as well. There's some pretty big ones we're going to have to do, like the Crusher's Hut. We're going to need 64 stone, so we'll ask for 64 stone. There we go. There's also, what else do we need? Citizen block play speed at plus 10%. That's a pretty big one. So we'll ask for 64 iron. And honestly, this is the best way of doing it. Let your colonists handle gathering all the stuff. You can always come back to the post box, grab what you need out of the inventory, and get going with the research. It's honestly such a powerful way of doing it. So my dudes, lots to take care of, but we're well underway down here in our dwarven little dirty hole. The barracks has been placed, the mine has been placed, the upgrades for these buildings on the right are going up, and yeah, things are going pretty well. What we're going to do is we're going to dig out the area in front of the mine so we can get to it, and we'll probably start next episode with a time-lapse of the barracks and the mine going up. We're also going to see if we can get all of these buildings over here upgraded to at least level 2, and next episode we can build the Nether miner and some more technological buildings down here. As always, keep your name submissions coming in. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And until next time, my dudes, thank you for watching and take care.